This is Bike World. At last I've got a show to myself, so it's all about dirt. Here's what's coming up. I head to Wembley to check out one of the biggest sports in the US making its mark over here, Arenacross. And Luke catches up with globe-trotting adventurer Graham Hoskins to find out what his next challenge is. But first, a little while back, I rode at the Maria Costello's all-ladies track day. Now, while most of you supported this idea, some of you thought that it was being sexist and you had a good old moan. Well, I've decided to do it again, just to wind you all up. We're here at the Moto X experience with 3 other girls, all with different riding abilities. This is a female-only day, no men allowed, except for Mick, of course. Let's go see what these girls are made of.
Touch the accelerator a little bit and we'll slide back down the bike and the front wheel does this, okay? So ideally, we want to be sitting to the front of the bike. Hey!
So first of all, Mick's brought the girls into this field so we can just assess their riding. Now there's 2 girls who've never even been on a bike before, so he's just going through the controls of the bike and just assessing their riding as they ride around in a circle, using the gears, using the brakes, getting the feel of the clutch and the throttle. So we're done in the field now, surprisingly. The girls have just had a few laps around there and now we're on our way to the trail already. Girls, we've been out on the bikes now for a couple of hours. Amy, your first time more or less on a bike.
Yeah.
How do you feel you're getting on?
Loving it. Fantastic weather. We couldn't have been luckier. And the fresh air and just picking it up and breezing along is great. Downhill's a bit of a trick, but Mick assures me we'll pick that up. So
Have
yeah.
you fallen off yet?
Not yet. Fingers crossed it'll stay that way.
Eleanor, how about you? Have you fallen off?
I've got a little grazed shoulder, but I'm all right.
Falling off is all part of it though. I think that's, you're so scared about the first time that you're going to fall off, and when you do it you think, oh, it's no big deal, brush yourself off and get back on.
We're going to go and find a little bit of mud there, that's what we come for. Got a little bit dirty, okay? We're basically going to head down here and the track comes along and comes back up, okay?
You're doing really well. First time ever on a bike. Mick's got us riding trails like this, which I think are quite tough. They're not easy. There's big boulders in the way of some of these ruts. And she's doing really well. They've got balls, these girls. Not actual physical balls.
I thought you was going down there then. If it ever does that, just pull the clutch in.
Mick, you've just had us riding around this loop here, which I think is quite tricky for a beginner, but they seem to be managing it really well.
They do, yeah. No, it's that technique. Once you've kind of got the technique for riding this kind of discipline, it's actually, you can have a bit of fun with it, get a little bit of mud, and you grow with confidence on riding your bike.
Eleanor, as the coordinator for Kawasaki's Riders Club, and Amy, you work in marketing for Kawasaki, I guess people must assume that you ride bikes, but neither of you do. So they definitely put you in the deep end this weekend. What were your main concerns?
I think mainly was just having the confidence to do it, and could we do it? And I think absolutely, we have proved that we can. So it's a buzz, really.
Yeah, definitely. Did it seem more appealing because it would only be girls here, Eleanor, do you think?
Oh yeah, definitely. If there was a big group of men and we were the only girls, yeah, I think it might be a little bit overwhelming, but no, it was really good just having a little group of us.
Towards the end, I'm absolutely shattered, but it's been such good fun, and I think the fact that it has been such a buzz is why I am so tired. But mainly, you know, Mick's been great, and without the starting point this morning, just going around the field and, you know, building the confidence, as Eleanor said, there's no way we would have been doing what we were doing this afternoon.
Has it made you think, oh, maybe I would like to get a road bike or do more off-road riding?
Definitely more off-road riding. I think Eleanor and I would love to come back and build our skills with Mick and the team here.
And you must have your pick of Kawasaki's as well. That's surely got to be a perk of the job.
Yeah, I'd definitely like to come back and do some more off-roading, yeah.
Dan, you're one half of Dragon Moto Tours, and obviously you've done thousands of miles on the bike, on the road, but you've only ever had one off-road experience. And how was that for you?
That was fine. It was just that I ended up being the only lady with 10 men.
It's not like we're trying to segregate ourselves, is it?
No.
It's just building that confidence and giving us then that push to join a mixed group.
Exactly, and I just sort of found that I was put at ease straight away, and we were all able to have a same sort of banter about how we felt. It was easier to say that than I didn't feel I could say to one of the men, you know, oh, I'm not too sure about this, I don't think I'll do it. But with us, it was easier.
Me and you's going to have a little bit of a race for it.
Yeah, talking about fun, I challenge you to a race with one stipulation, that you give me a 5-minute head start or a few minute head start.
Okay, we can do that.
You love that, don't you? Well, obviously you didn't give me enough of a head start, did you? That didn't seem like 5 minutes. You didn't take into account the fact that I was going to fall off as well.
No, I didn't, no.
And you nicked the racing line.
I did sneak in and take that little bit of a sneaky line away from you.
Gary from Bridgestone, what are you doing here? I bet you heard that there are a load of girls here at Mick Exton's experience, and you missed your flight, which you were meant to be on today, and you drove really fast down here to see us all, didn't you?
I did, yeah. The flight was cancelled this morning, and then I went on another flight, and then that was delayed, and I thought, oh, that's it, I'm just off to Michael's. I knew you were here, Suzy, so that's why I've come
That's
down.
it, isn't it? Yeah. So tell us about your involvement here.
Our involvement, we've been involved for 3 years now. It allows us to showcase our off-road products. Obviously we have Moto GP, so that shows the road side of what we have. This allows us to show the off-road side that we have amongst our portfolio. Certainly this year as well, because we have 2 new products out, the X30 and the X40 motocross tyres. We put all those on the enduro bikes here. Yes, they're enduro bikes, but being private land, it doesn't matter. We can use non-road legal tyres, so it gets out there to the people that come through mixed school. Majority of the people that come through here are road riders. So if we do manage to make them into off-road riders, hopefully they'll go out and buy Bridgestones for the bike, road bike and for their off-road bike at the same time.
I mean, you make it sound all work, 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 Gary, but there's a lot of play as well, isn't there?
There has to be, Suzy, yeah. You know, we can't just come down here and stand and watch, can we?
Mick, you've ridden trials, raced in the British and World Enduro Championship, ridden downhill mountain biking, and you're one of the most successful Paris-Dakar riders. Tell us a little bit about the setup that you've got here. It looks like you've got one big playground. Yeah, we have. We're very lucky. We've got 1,500 acres of probably the best playground, various terrain, suitable for all abilities. Why did you decide to do all girls specific training days? Because I kind of found there's a lot of girls coming with their partners on the normal days, and they were all standing there going, oh, I wish I could have a go, I wish I could do that. So I thought, well, let's just do it, let's do some girls' days and give them the opportunity to come along, spend a day with us. Hopefully they'll come back with their partners and kick them into shape a little bit. So do you think that girls tend to learn differently than to men? I think they learn quicker. Do you think we listen? I think they listen a lot better, yeah, definitely. I think we do. Yeah, I do as well, yeah. They definitely learn. I think they come with a different view to it. A lot of the guys turn up with that big kind of thing, whereas the girls just come and take it and get on with it and learn and have a bit of fun in the mud. But you're not trying to segregate the girls from the men, are you?
Certainly not. No, we wouldn't do that, you know. We have mixed schools. It's just nice to give the girls a chance to get their confidence before they go into the mixed group. I think it's more probably their partners that make it worse by, oh, does she have to come riding with me?
Well, the reason I say that you're not trying to segregate the girls from the men is because I recently did a Maria Costello track day, and it was an all-ladies day, and I got some stick on Twitter and Facebook that the men thought it was a bit sexist. And what would you say to them?
I
Screw you.
Like that, are they really? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, a bit of that really. But no, it's everybody's out to enjoy riding the bike, aren't they? You know, we had a girl come through here, particularly who stands out in my mind. She'd never rode a bike.
Was her name Suzy Taylor? No,
no, sorry.
okay.
You know, and she went away, did an event, and won her class.
Oh, wow.
Which is absolutely brilliant. You know, she came here, never rode a motorcycle, did a day with us. She actually borrowed a bike off of me, went and did a fast Eddie and won the ladies' class, you know. So they can do it, and there's a lot of good girls out there.
And what do you need when you turn up here? Do you need your road licence? Well, obviously not, because you get lots of people who turn up who've never ridden a bike before.
Don't need nothing. All you have to do is turn up. We provide kit, bike, lunch, the whole package, and most important, a bit of fun in the mud. And on a real kind of issue with that, I think off-roading is a great way to enhance your road riding skills.
And tell us about the bikes that you use here as well.
Yeah, we have a full range of Kawasaki's off-road bikes, starting from the KLX 125 right through to the 450. And again, I think the big point of setting off on your off-road journey is the bikes, not overbiking yourself. Get a bike that you can ride, you can get your confidence on, you can touch the ground, and suddenly it all starts to come together.
It's been so cool hanging out with the girls today. They've got a great learning environment here. Now, if you're sat at home thinking, I'm sick of being pillion, maybe you want to show your other half what you're made of, maybe you want to improve your road riding skills, then you should definitely check Mick Extance out.
It's only Graham Hoskins, the motorcycle adventurer that we last featured on the show when you did your Dakar Diaries with Daddy John Jules, but I hear you've got a new adventure planned.
Yeah, it's going to be a similar kind of thing to what we've done before. So the whole Motorbike Diaries thing is what can you do that's amazing, life-changing in just 2 weeks? Because we all can't get 6 months off of work.
Only about 140 miles today, but there's been a hell of a lot of really, really rough roads. And it's about 4 o'clock and we're just nowhere near where we're going to...
Roads
where we need to be, plus I've made a couple of navigational errors.
And I wouldn't call them roads.
So going back to a similar kind of thing to what we did with Mad the Med, which was 7,500 miles in 2 weeks, 15 countries. We're going to go from the Atlantic Ocean to the Pacific Ocean, basically from London to Vladivostok. So it's following what some people think of as the world's longest road. So it's almost 8,000 miles across the Trans-Siberian highway, all the way through Russia.
Sounds really easy, mate. There's no like dangers or anything involved with that at all, is there?
It's going to be dead easy because it's nearly all one country. Yeah, a bit of Europe and then it's all one country. Yeah. The fact that half of it's unmade roads, the fact that we're going to be going through Siberia in the only 6-week period of the year that you can actually do it, otherwise it's too cold. Just a few minor hitches along the way.
And like nipping down to the shops, you know?
500 miles a day, 600 miles a day, dead easy.
I've got to admit that's pretty hardcore, but the great thing is actually when you embark on this Trans-Siberian adventure, you're going to let us have a little bit of the footage and we're going to keep up to date on the show, aren't we?
Absolutely, yeah. All the preparation. So we're going to do it this summer, but all the preparation, we're going to keep you guys in touch with us, and then the trip itself, we're going to hopefully be spread across a few shows and you can stay in touch with what we're doing.
It sounds really cool, and listen, you better go prepare for it all.
Great, thank you. Lovely to see you again.
I'm really not jealous about the whole Siberia thing. Everything else, yeah, not Siberia.
Welcome to Wembley Stadium, where we're here to find out more about the Garmin Arenacross Tour 2014. So what is Arenacross? Well, first there was motocross, held on outdoor tracks, whatever the weather, at race times up to 40 minutes, which is a lot longer compared to supercross, an Americanised version of motocross, typically held in indoor venues, huge indoor venues. The races are shorter and more technical riding ability is needed. So, what if you haven't got the weather and you haven't got the huge indoor venue? Enter Arenacross, all the fun and excitement of supercross and motocross rolled into one, on smaller, tighter tracks with less riders over a shorter period of time. It's known as the Circus of Motocross.
Check this out. Boom!
hard-working team is needed to organise an event like this, and a crucial member of that team is Matt Bates. Matt, firstly, what exactly is Arenacross?
Arenacross is indoor motocross, but in a smaller venue. So Supercross, as some people know, that's in stadiums. So when I brought this event here, I thought, right, well, it's got to be true to its name. That's why I called it Arenacross.
How much preparation goes into an event like this?
Yeah, it brings it home when you say that. It takes 48 hours to build the event for a 3-hour show, but the preparation, the planning is months and months in advance. So it's a year-round tour for a team of 10 to create 6 events in 6 weeks.
And all the tracks are different, all the surfaces are different, is that right?
Yeah, and particularly because England right now has been hammered with weather, getting the right dirt and water consistency is so difficult. So every venue is every event and every track is slightly different.
Talking about dirt, how many tons of dirt have we got in this arena?
There's about 2,500 tons in here now, so a lot.
Yeah, that's crazy. So you mentioned you've got the Pro Championship. Who are the big name riders here?
We've got a few from abroad. From the UK to start with, we've got Christian Watley and Elliot Banks-Brown. They're the 2 British champions. And then from France, Fabien Isouard, who's a Supercross champion out there. Daniel McCoy from Australia. Tyler Villapoto from America. So we've got a real wealth of talent out there.
One. As we said earlier, Arenacross isn't all about the racing. It's a huge spectacle, and part of that spectacle is, of course, FMX. And here is Edgar Torrenteras, a legend in the world of FMX. How did you actually get into it?
Well, I started with 3 years old, you know, riding motocross and supercross, and just one day my father told me, hey, do the freestyle. And now I can't stop riding freestyle and do with Arenacross the best show in UK.
Who is Mr. Banana Face?
I'm a banana face. If you look my face, you can watch the banana.
There's nothing wrong with having a distinguished chin. I always get that. But doesn't Mr. Banana Face do a bit of beatboxing?
You want to do the beatbox now?
Yes, please.
Yeah, watch.
That's amazing! A man of many talents.
No.
Well, we can't come to Arenacross and not catch up with a homegrown British racer. And here's one, Elliot Banks-Brown, racing for build-based Honda in the Arenacross Championship, in the Pro Championship. What makes Arenacross so exciting to race in?
Just because it's such a compact, small track, and racing's really intense. Everyone's going really fast, and the only way to pass is really hit each other. Not hit each other, but you got to run it in pretty hard. So it's bar banging and very exciting. It's always very close. So
how important is the start? Everyone keeps going on about how important it is.
Oh, the start is 90% of a race. If you get out the start, people have only got to come past you. You've not got to pass them. So if you get the whole shot, then you just got to make sure no one really comes past and ride a sensible race and ride smart and try and stay out of trouble.
Christian, you're the compere for the Arenacross Tour, pulling the whole thing together. What makes Arenacross so exciting?
I think it's just watching, not only the pros who deliver the fastest, most technical racing known to earth, but it's watching like all the other age groups, watching, the rookies, the 15 to 18, 12 to 15, 10 to 12, and then the 7 to 10-year-olds. I mean, these kids, their moms don't even know they're racing. It's the pushy dads who've got them out there,
Tonight's the end of the Garmin Arenacross
don't get me
Tour
crying.
2014. How do you feel about that?
Well, it's quite melancholic, but I'm very amped, because I'm excited to deliver, this show to the city where I live, man.
So I've been watching the professionals all afternoon, and there's obviously somebody who didn't make the practice, and they're out here now. I mean, they're looking a little bit off pace. Oh, Excuse me. Hi, sorry. I'm really sorry. I was just wondering who you are. I noticed you got the whole track to yourself. You must be pretty important. It's Ewan Thomas. Oh my goodness. So you're here, Ewan, presenting for Channel 4 the Arenacross Tour 2014. That must have been really exciting. You're so lucky. You just got to go out on the track.
You say lucky. What happened was on the first round, I was a bit bullshit to the crew, seeing the 6-year-old kids, 7-year-olds. I said, oh, I could do that. How hard could it be? And they said, right, you're going to do it at Wembley. So that was my first time ever. A little practice. It's scary. You can do it. You're good.
Your first time ever on a bike. I'm surprised you actually went around there because the jumps look pretty terrifying actually.
It's so different to road bikes. I mean, even where the gears are and the brakes, I kept going to hit the back brake and it wasn't there. Everything is tucked in really tight. But yeah, I had to stop because I know what I'm like. I get too confident. I try and jump something which I clearly have got no skills to do. So I've called it a day. But it's really hard work actually. I'm really sweaty and my arms hurt.
They make it look easy, don't they, the pros?
It's amazing. They literally just fly over the jumps as if they're not even there. But for me, I was having to concentrate on every single part. You know, don't stall it here, be careful, use your brake here. But to them, it's easy.
Now, it's an exciting year for you. You're also going to be working alongside the Moto GP for BT Sport. That must be really exciting times.
It's like a dream job. Everyone knows I was an athlete or remembers me as an athlete, but I'm a massive petrol head. So I passed my bike test in 1991 before I even had a car, before I even took car lessons. And I rode a 125 TZR for years, and then I had nothing for 10 years when I was an athlete. Then I secretly went and got an R1, so a bit of a step up. So I had a couple of R1s and Ducatis and so forth, so I've really been into my bikes. So I've done some other work with BT Sport, and I knew the MotoGP was coming up, and yeah, myself and Craig Dorler are going to be doing a sort of highlight show on a Tuesday night, almost like a kind of Top Gear-esque, but for bikers, and I can't wait. Honestly, for me, it's a dream job.
Well, good luck, and yeah, maybe don't give up the day job just yet for Arenacross, but I thought you looked good. You'll have to come out with me next time.
Yeah, I'll have you as coach any day. Prettier than Nev.
Oh, thank you. I've had a really exciting day. It's been great finding out about Arenacross. What an awesome sport. As you can see, they're just preparing the track for the final round here at Wembley. But don't fret, they're going to be back next year, and if you want to find out more, head to arenacrossuk.com. Well, that's it for this show. As always, if you want to stay up to date with everything we're doing, you can do via Twitter and Facebook. And don't forget to check out our website, bikeworld.co.uk, where we have all the latest biking news, forums, and previous episodes that you can watch in full.